in the body. This results in hundreds of millions of alveoli, and this is where gas exchange takes place. These structures have very thin walls made of a single layer of squamous epithelial cells, which is what allows for the diffusion of gases, and they are covered by a cobweb of pulmonary capillaries. So blood vessels are right up against the alveoli, ready to make a trade. The air in the sacs has plenty of oxygen, and the blood doesn't, so diffusion occurs spontaneously. And the blood has a good amount of carbon dioxide, and that will diffuse in the opposite direction, so that it can be exhaled. Now let's discuss the lungs, which house all of this internal structure. These cone-shaped organs occupy almost all of the thoracic cavity, and they are surrounded by the roof, while lying in close contact with the ribs, from the apex down to the base. The hilum is where we can see different fissures in each lung that divide them into different lobes, with 2 fissures and 3 lobes in the right lung, and 1 fissure and 2 lobes for the left. Lung tissue itself is called stroma, which is made of elastic connective tissue. When we looked at the circulatory system, we mentioned the pulmonary arteries and veins that bring blood to and from the lungs, arriving oxygen-poor and leaving oxygen-rich. So we can imagine those connecting to the pulmonary capillaries to complete the circuit. Within the lungs, there is the intrapulmonary pressure, or the pressure in the alveoli, and the intrapleural pressure, the pressure in the pleural cavity that sits between the 2 pleurae. The intrapleural pressure is negative, which is what keeps the lungs open. Ventilation, or breathing, is the result of the activity of inspiratory muscles, namely the diaphragm and intercostal muscles, which produces a change in volume, and thereby a change in pressure to enter along the